Hey, Yetta Telebenda. Ray Abruzzo here. Yeah, you know, I played little Carmine on the Sopranos. Anyway, I read your piece. I looked at your YouTube video about your thoughts on the last episode, the last 20 seconds of Black and what it all means in context of the entire series. And of course, you know, we've all given it a lot of thought. I've never really publicly said what I think, but I would just have to say, okay, that was my little joke. It had to be done. Little blackout, whatever happened there. Anyway, to get back to what you're saying, a lot of what you said makes sense. I think the whole concept of the way death was portrayed in the series up to that point, what Livia said, also the precursor at the lake with Tony saying you don't hear it coming, it just goes to black. That's the end. That's the, you know, if that's David Chase's take on death, and I don't disagree at all. I think you made a lot of sense and deep thought about that. But here's the thing. I have a different point of view, and it comes from point of view because there were 2 points of view in that scene. We're looking at Tony, our point of view. Tony's looking at the door, his point of view. If the members only guy came out of the bathroom and killed Tony, the camera was on Tony. That's our point of view, which means at that split second before Black, we would have had to see it. We would have had to see it, but that's not what happened. We're looking at Tony. It's our point of view. It goes to Black for the audience. And that's where I make my stand. I think it was the end for the audience, and that's it. Life goes on for him. You know, they were all sitting around. There's a lot that happens in that scene. It's called Made in America. We never saw that restaurant before. And that restaurant could have been anywhere. I mean, it had such a cross-section of America in it. Right? You had the Cub Scouts or whatever. You had the 2 urban guys. You had the members only guy. You had some families. You know, he could have been anywhere in America. And I think that was his point. And I think for us, it went Black, and that's what happened. That's my opinion. And I'm right. You know, what am I going to tell you? Anyway, I know you put a lot of thought into it, and you're not alone. Most people do think that Tony got whacked, and I just think from a cinematic point of view, that's not the case. So, and I kind of like it better that way. Life goes on. You know, it was also the happiest moment. That was one of the happiest dinner scenes they've had. They weren't fighting. There was everybody was kind of glad to be there. I thought it was one of the best family scenes that they had. You know, and of course, building the Tenderwood Meadow was just brilliant filmmaking. So there you have it. I know you probably disagree, but I don't you know, that's the way it is. We agree on the whole concept of death leading up to that. I just think it was the audience that got whacked because, you know, you don't see it coming all of a sudden. Okay, cheap shot, I know. I did it twice. I thought it was funny. Anyway, I don't want to leave it like that. This is what I want you to do. Yetta Telebenda. Sit back, relax, pour yourself an iced tea. No, you know what? Make that an Arnold Palmer. I always enjoyed these, but it never occurs to me to order one. This one's to you and all your deep thought on the show. Most importantly, Yetta Telebenda, come on. Enjoy your success.